To add dynamic details of your design to your presentation sheet, you can use the dynamic component option. You can see the add component option in your toolbar, and when you click on the same, you'll be asked to specify as to what type of component you want to add. When you click on the drop down next to this, you can see all the different type of components that you can add, which means that you can add such specific details of your design to the presentation sheet automatically. So let's say, for example, I'll take cabinet details here, and you have to select as to which part of your design you want these details for. You have the option of selecting room wise or as per the elevations that you have generated. If you are selecting room wise, then you will be selecting, let's say, building 1, and you can select ground floor, and whichever room you want the detail for. I would want it for the kitchen, so I will select kitchen, and I can add to the drawing here. And if I want to select it as per the elevation, then I had generated one elevation here, and I can select the same, and I can add it to the drawing again. So let's say I'll just add the elevation 1 details to my drawing now. So once you have placed a component, you can see it in your sheet. You can rescale the entire component to the required scale in your presentation drawing. And as you can see, all the details of the cabinets that have been added in this elevation are shown here. The component that you have added starts with showing what detail it is projecting, that is cabinet details, what room or elevation it is projecting, that is elevation 1 wall. In this particular specification, it has 4 columns wherein you can see the serial number, reference, model number, and the cabinet name, which is the SKU name as per what is specified in your admin. So these are the details that are added by default, but you can customize these as well. Select the component, and the details of the component will show in your design panel. Herein you have the option under additional properties called edit fields. So this controls what columns are shown in your component. So you can go into edit fields, and the first option is fields. Herein, this is the selected properties list, and these are the list of properties that are available for your selection. So if you want to make any modification, let's say I do not want to see model number and SKU name, so I can click on delete. The reference is the reference number of the cabinet, which is like C1, C2, which would be required. So I'll retain this, and I will select from the available options. I'll select depth, height, and width. And let's say I click on apply. So as you can see, the component is now modified to show only depth, height, and width. Alternatively, if I want to make changes in the order in which these columns are shown, then I can again go into edit fields, and herein I can control the order of this by selecting, let's say, width and moving it upwards. So now width will come first, then let's say I want depth and then height. So if I click on apply, you will see that the width column comes as the third column now. So you can control your order of the columns as well. Also, there are other properties under fields which you can add, like area, brand, category type. You can make your list as per your requirement and as per the requirement of that particular presentation sheet. So this is about fields. You can also filter which cabinets you want the details to be shown in that particular component. So if I add a filter here, then I can filter it by, let's say I filter it by the depth. So this particular component right now has base unit and wall units, right? So if I want to show only the base units, then I can filter it by depth, and I can select equal to, not equal to, whichever one parameter that we require, and I'll be selecting greater than a depth of 500 mm. So when I select apply, now only the base unit cabinet details are shown here, because only those have a depth of more than 500, which is 560 mm. So you can control which cabinets you want to show the details of as well. Now you can also add other filters according to this, and the next option is sorting. So when you want to sort it, suppose I want to sort it by the width of the particular cabinets, and and you can select whether you want to sort it in ascending order or descending order. So let me select descending order and then I'll apply. So now you can see that it's a descending order that has been selected. These components that are getting added are dynamic in nature, meaning that suppose if I delete any of these cabinets or make any modification in this cabinets, then the schedule here will also get updated. So let's say for example, we'll delete this C9 cabinet here. You can see that the elevation is updated and also the C9 cabinet has been deleted from this particular schedule. You can see there is no C9 cabinet, it is now shown here. So this is a dynamic component, but you can turn it into a static component also if you require. You just need to select the particular component, and in the design portal you have an option of change to static. So when you change to static, it will ask for a confirmation that this component will be static in nature, and that means that the data will no longer change in response to the modifications that have been made in the design. So if you accept the same, then it will turn into a static design. And now even if I make any change in my design, like I delete this C7 cabinet, then C7 cabinet here will still not get affected. And if you want to make any changes in this after that, then you'll have to manually change it by selecting the same and editing it, just like how you edit any particular normal table.